Okay, now I want to show you how to make a great password in kind of a way that's a little bit fun, at least as fun as it will be to make a password in your life. And that's basically using a pair of dice. I have a set of dice here I bought off eBay. These are basically retired casino dice. You could buy them dirt cheap. These were actually used in casino tables in Vegas. And once they use them for a period of time, they take them off the table. They put a special mark on them to indicate that they're no longer good, and they basically resell them. But they're great dice because you can be assured that if they're being used on a gambling table in Vegas, are going to be absolutely random when you roll them. You don't need to worry about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use my favorite way to make a password using dice, and simply just called Diceware. Now, again, this is in the white paper that we're going to have over on our website to show you how to do it. But Diceware passphrases are really the best way for a human to make a password. I cannot stand these long, complex passwords. They're a horrible way to address a problem. They're not memorable. You basically need to use a password manager, which is fine when you start having a lot of passwords. But for some passwords that you don't necessarily want to use in a password manager, for instance, like your encryption password for your encrypted drive in your laptop when it boots up, you can't really pull up the password manager because your laptop isn't started yet. Or again, for maybe you're securing certain types of cryptocurrencies or things like that, you might want to have a password that you can easily remember, and Diceware is a great way to do it. So it's going to have 5 steps to it. First of all, we're going to go ahead and you want to get the EFF Diceware list. And again, this is available online very easily. You just print this out. It's essentially a big list of numbers and random words next to it. You're going to get a set of 5 dice, as I just showed you, and you're going to roll down the dice. And next to each number that shows up, you just write down the word from the password list that shows up there, and you repeat it until you have the right amount of passwords. Now, why is this a great idea? It's a great idea because the word list length from the EFF site is 7,776 words. Compare that to the English alphabet, which is only 26 characters. Now, of course, we have upper and lower case, but for now, let's just say 26 characters. That means the entropy for each word in Diceware is almost 13 bits long versus 4.7 bits of entropy if you're just using a standard English character. What does that mean in practice? Well, what it means in practice here is if I roll out a set of 7 words in Diceware, that would be very easy for me to remember. That password will be phenomenally strong. That'll give me 90 bits of entropy, which would be almost impossible for a modern cracking system to actually go after. But 7 words is actually fairly easy for you to remember. It might be something like leopard, snowflake, pyramid, triangle, apple, orange, right? That's something you can remember versus a random 7-character password, which first of all is extremely easy to break from a modern GPU, but also be almost impossible for you to remember. So the thing is, Diceware is really great. And the thing about Diceware is it rapidly becomes harder and harder. You get 6 passwords I would consider borderline if you use 6 words. 7 is good. 8 is awesome. And if you do 11 plus, like let's say you have a really important encrypted file system or something, and if you could use a long password that's 10 or more words, it's basically the password entropy is as long as the key likely being used to feed the encryption algorithm to encrypt the disk, which basically means they're not going to crack it. And if they do crack it, they need just as much time to crack the random passwords generated underneath it to encrypt the drive. So that's another case altogether. But the main thing here is a 10-word Diceware password is going to be nearly impossible for anyone to crack. Certainly in our lifetimes, it'd be very unlikely. So I recommend going ahead and checking out Diceware. It's a very great way to make a password. Yes, there are online versions of it. I don't recommend you use an online password generator. Some of the new password wallets will have Diceware generator built into it. You can use that as well. But if you really want a very, very secure password and you want to know it's totally random, you have to worry about random number generators, or if it's a super critical password you never want to have exposed, using Diceware, rolling physical dice is a great way to do it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this talk about Linux password hashes and how to make a really secure password yourself. Check out our other videos. If you have any other questions and comments, please leave them in the video below. We enjoy reading them very much, and I appreciate your time today. I'm Craig Rowland from Sandfly Security. Thanks again for watching, and goodbye.